welcome to Tight Ass Tats Food Hacks. A little bit about myself. I was a chef for 10 years. Didn't really used to enjoy home cooking, but since I left the industry, I do quite a bit of home cooking, and I thought I'd share some of my recipes with you. This one is called, it's pretty much a kebab style recipe, similar to like a doner kebab, but variation in different minces. So general ingredients are all in view. It's quite simple to do. It's just the later steps might take a little bit of learning, I suppose. So I've got some 5% lean chicken mince, which I substitute out for, say, your classic lamb, because lamb's so fatty, and I'm trying to keep within calories. So the chicken mince goes in, and then what you want to do is get all your different spices together. I will put the recipe in a screenshot. The recipe you would have already seen in the screenshot at the start of the video. So what I'm going to do is onion granules. I think it's a must-have in most dry herbs. Roughly about a teaspoon. Nothing, no more than that at all. This is I buy paprika in bulk. This is some Bulgarian paprika, but you can use any from the shop. 1 teaspoon of that. Then I'll do a teaspoon of cumin. If it goes over, doesn't really matter, just roll with it. Teaspoon of cumin. Then cayenne pepper. Go a bit easy on this because it's quite spicy, so I normally do just under half a teaspoon, just to give it a little bit of spice in the background. Cracked black pepper or ground black pepper, just enough to taste. Mixed spice, I normally do half a teaspoon, because too much of it can taste like hot cross buns, and you don't want that. So about half a teaspoon of mixed spice, and then garlic powder, or you can use garlic salt, or the fine ground garlic. Generally, I use this powder because a lot of the powders have salt added to it. This one doesn't. Bought it from an Eastern European shop. It's a really good quality garlic powder. I generally do a teaspoon of that for the mix. Then next I'll add this one. You'll have to go to a European shop to buy it, or you can do your own spice mix for it. It's called chibritsa. It's a Bulgarian herb spice mix. It's pretty much just thyme, summer savoury, and a few other different spices. So tasty. Goes with almost any meat, any salad. Very good. So yeah, 1 teaspoon of that. Quite a heaped teaspoon. And this one is another variation of chibritsa. You can only get this from Eastern European shop, or you'll be able to order it online. So I only add about a teaspoon of this, because with it, the powdered version being in, you don't want too much. So like so. Then I'll add a good sprinkle of salt. Two eggs. Two eggs added. Then you're going to want to blend away. So you blend this mix because the chicken mince ain't quite ground enough to give you that kebab texture. The egg is just for almost making a paste, or puree as such. It's it'll blend it down to quite a fine paste, so it's easily moldable into the shape of a kebab for the later stage of this video. So I'll just so now this is blended, it's gone into more of that paste. All the spices have got incorporated. You can just smell all the spices blending together. Bit of a difficult thing to clean, but a bit of elbow grease to get anything off really. So I get as much meat as I can out with a spatula. Normally I'd fry off a little piece to try it, but with the smell of the mix, I know it's going to taste good. The amount of salt, I go easy on the salt because obviously you can put in but you can't take back out once it's already in there. I won't fry off a bit and taste this, as at the end, once I start cutting the meat down, I can always add a bit more salt if it needs it. So you're left with the mix like so. It's, as you can see, it's a bit more pasty. The egg has got to work at sort of binding it into a paste and making it less coarse, so it's even more minced than it was. And then what I do after is, because of the excess egg, because you can see the shine on it, I'll add 25 grams of breadcrumbs. Just bear with me, I'll just get my scales. You can use any breadcrumbs, but generally the ones that aren't golden, because it makes the mix look not very nice, and just get the natural coloured ones. Or if I have time, I sometimes do some wholemeal bread. I'll toast off and then blend into a powder and then add that, but it's just as quick and calorie efficient to just buy breadcrumbs. So breadcrumbs are in, and then just fold this through the mix. Once it's incorporated, it'll absorb some of that egg and it'll take the shine off the meat slightly. And then all that mixes it. It's all mixed in. Quite a sticky mix. But when you have to use your hands on it, always just put a bit of water on your hands, and it shouldn't stick to your hands too much. So that's that done. Clean off your spatula. It's your holiday to Barbados, you might be throwing away. Right, now this stage is done, I'll have a quick clean down and I'll show you the next step. So we're at the next stage now, where it's time to shape your kebab meat, ready for cooking. So you just lay out some cling film flat on a surface. Overlap the cling film. You want to do about three rows of cling film, slightly overlap to one another, just give it a greater width. Like so. Then once you've got that laid flat, grab a tea towel, smooth it all into one sheet. Doesn't have to be perfectly overlapped. As long as it's generally overlapped, it'll be fine. comes the next stage. We've got our mix, a spatula. So go around the outside of the bowl, get majority of the mix straight towards, just a little bit more towards you than centre. Scrape out as much as you can, don't want it going to waste. As I said before, wet your hands slightly so you can touch the meat and the meat doesn't stick to your hands. You want to shape it into a rough sort of sausage shape or kebab shape like you see on the skewers in the takeaway, like so. So pick up your cling film from the end closest to you. If you overlap it, and then you run your fingers down the back and follow the shape of the meat round, and you want to tuck it as tight as you can without getting much air into it whatsoever. And then if you tuck it and pull the cling film towards you, it should tighten right around it. And then once you've done that, you just keep smoothing it down. Roll it smooth, roll it smooth, all the way. Like so. And then once you've got the one sausage, turn it towards yourself, grab it in the middle, pull towards you to get all the air out, and then once all the air's out, you push the meat so there's no meat in the ends, but it's tight here. And then you do the same on the other side, pull the air out, push so it's tight, grab both ends, and then this is when you want to press it on your surface and pull towards yourself, so you're rolling it and you just keep moving in with it until it gets thicker. Keep going, keep going. There we go. Got a nice thick cylindrical shape bit of kebab meat. Fold both ends underneath like so. Put it to the side for just a second. You want to get out another piece of cling film. Lay this one away from you. Grab your meat all wrapped up, put it in the centre, and then you want to just wrap a little bit of cling film around it just to hold them bits in place. And then as you get closer, you can just roll out a little bit more cling film, tuck your end bits in. Once your end bits are tucked in and you've got a nice length of cling film, straight across. And that's done. And now you've got your bit of kebab meat. Next, you want to get tin foil just to add another layer of protection before you're cooking it. I'll roll up about the same length as your counter, really. Put your meat in. And you want to roll it up nice and tight. Like you did before, grab your ends, twist it. And if you twist it around and you want to sort of tuck it in, doesn't have to be too fancy, just twist and tuck, twist, tuck. So then your meat's ready for cooking. Got a pot, meat straight in the pot, and then what I generally do is I'll fill it with boiling water from the kettle up to about an inch above the actual meat itself, and then boil it for roughly around 45 minutes. Once I boiled it, I'll show you the next steps. Right, so in my pan over here, I've got the kebab roll that we just made coming up to the boil. I poured some boiling water in out of the kettle just to speed things up. In my opinion, there's nothing wrong with putting boiling water straight in because it's going to be boiled anyway, and it'll be coming up to temperature within no time with the water already being boiled. So in the meantime, we're going to make a garlic yogurt to go with. So very simple. 2 garlic cloves. It's quite a fiery garlic sauce because I like it fiery. So I put 2 garlic cloves in, and then give it a blend. Or if you've got a grater, you can just grate it into a bowl. What I do is just gets quicker and easier at home. If you can save time, do it. So grab a different spatula to my last one. Loosen up some of the big bits of garlic because you don't want to be chomping on a big bit of garlic when you're mid-eating because it'll blow your head off. So re-rustle that back up, give it another quick pulse. So now you've got your garlic blended. Any type of Greek yogurt or natural yogurt, whatever fatness you want, whether you want full fat, reduced fat. This one's a Bulgarian yogurt, so it's quite a thick yogurt, quite thick, and it's got a bit of a tang to it. It's 2.2% fat, so it's not actually too bad on calories, and it's definitely worth it in my opinion. Take some time maybe getting used to the taste if you're not familiar with the taste of this style of yogurt, because it did for me, I know that. So I'm just chucking roughly, I want to do 200 grams worth of yogurt because I like plenty of garlic yogurt with my kebab in general. So almost there, a little more. No, 1 gram short, of course. There we go. So after this, grab my favourite garlic powder back out again, because this gives more of a sweeter side of garlic than the fiery stuff. Just under a teaspoon's worth, or around a teaspoon's worth, I sprinkle in. As like I said before, swear by onion granules. I normally do this by eye, so sort of little sprinkle, maybe just under a teaspoon's worth. And then once I've done that, that'll make a nice garlic sauce on its own if you blended that and added a little water to get the right consistency. But I like to add, yeah, again, that spice Bulgarian spice I was talking about, chibritsa, makes everything better. Just a little, maybe 1/4 teaspoon, because it's quite a strong flavour. Then you can use fresh mint if you want, but I'll pay 60p for a bunch of fresh mint. I'll use 4 leaves and then I'll have to throw it away in no time. So no point in my opinion, unless you like using mint for a lot of things and you can't freeze it. It's not a hard herb, so I just use a bit of cheap ass mint sauce from Aldi, I think this one's from, maybe Lidl. One of the German supermarkets anyway. So generally I'll add roughly about 20 grams. If you can get it on the mark. If not, I won't worry too much. mushrooms. Lord save me. Then hit it again with your blender. So it's come up a bit like this now. Add salt, pepper. Salt, pepper, and you can either use water to let it down, but it depends if you're a citrus fruit fan or not. If you like citrus fruit, I generally put some lemon in instead of water, so that's what I'm going to do. I like lemon. Some people don't really like it, so it's entirely up to you on that front. So just over half a lemon. My girlfriend's took off some slices of this one, so it's just over half. But normally I would put a full lemon in anyway, to be honest. One more quick blend. There we go, we've got a much better consistency now. They're perfect for pouring over your kebab when it's complete. Perfect. So I'll cut back to when the kebab is finished cooking to show you the next steps. Right, so roughly 45 minutes has passed. I've taken it out of the boiling water, got it on my chopping board to set. I've already took off the tin foil. Sometimes it loosens up itself, and sometimes a little bit of cling film will open out. And just so you're aware, don't panic if your tin foil turns this sort of colour. That's just it reacting with the hot water. It happens with all tin foils. So what I'm going to do now is chop the cling film. It's still very hot at the moment. All the way down. Boom. So now you're left, it's quite a spongy sort of feeling. There's the chicken, it's fully cooked into its cylinder now. And then all I'll do, it's up to you what you do next. You can either roast it in the oven on a high heat to get the colour on the outside, or if you're with, like most people maybe have now, air fryer. I generally put mine in the air fryer, straight in the centre. One or two sprays of oil, or 3 or 4, just to rub around the outside of it, just so we can get that nice even colour, or we hope so anyway. Get that in the air fryer, power on, and I normally do air fry, and I start with 10 minutes. I'll get back to you once the 10 minutes are over. Right guys, 10 minutes has been done. It's all beaked off. It's got a lovely colour on it. I'll get this out. So it's got the sort of kebab look that the flame grill sort of does as the kebab's rotating round. So when it gets to this stage, all I do to make it easier for carving, I'll take this end off, take a few slices off, so you've got a flat surface to work with. Like so. Stand it upright. This knife's probably not the best for it. Get a bread knife, something equivalent, and then all I generally do is, like you see them do at the kebab shop, I go a little bit thicker because it's a bit nicer, but the first few slices are both thin, so like, yeah. So it's as close as to kebab as you can really get without actually having a kebab, in my opinion, especially when each portion with pita and salad and the sauce is under 500 calories. Can't really go wrong. You feel like you're having a dirty takeaway, but you're not. It's this recipe I made up myself, just working out in my head how it could work. But bloody hell, this is hot at the moment. So go all the way around the outside, like you would do in the kebab. Now, this stage, it's up to you. It's up to you whether if you want to keep continuing the caramelized sides or crispy bits, you can take the top off at this stage, put it back into the air fryer for another few minutes to get this part go brown. But if you're like me and you can't be bothered wasting electricity, I generally will just continue chopping. I quite like the soft bits of meat and the bits of meat that aren't as coloured. So take the top bit off, and then when I get down to about there, I'll, instead of, because it's quite wobbly, if I have it upright, for me personally it's kind of dangerous to keep, I can do it, but to keep taking big strips off, it's not the safest. So what I do, cut the meat directly in half and then work it out in smaller pieces. Just keep going round. If bits are thicker, bits are thinner, doesn't really matter. You're going to eat it anyway. So that's that done. Gotta have a taste piece. Yeah, lovely. So there we go. Some lovely bits of doner meat, the soft bits in the middle. It will look slightly aerated, but that's the egg. It's a fairly close doner meat texture. Obviously it's not exactly like you'll get at a kebab shop, but for a home hack for under 500 calories, you can't really go wrong. So yeah, that's a total amount. I class that as 4 portions. So what I'll do is on the weighing scales, weigh it, divide it by 4, and then weigh it up into the portions. And then when it comes to serving it, all I do, pita bread, I'll make a slice in the middle, turn the knife 90 degrees just as it goes through the top layer and cut along. And then once it's been in the microwave 20 seconds, you can open them 2 bits out, put your mixed salad on top, or lettuce, cucumber, tomato, red onion. If I want a bit of a sweet crunch in there, I'll put a bit of pomegranate seeds, that's quite nice. And then once you put your kebab meat, you can either pan fry it and get a bit of colour on it, or if you're lazy like me, weigh it into separate bowls, into your 4 portions, heat up what you need. I just pop mine in the microwave for a couple of minutes, just get some heat back in. So this will do my tea tonight, and maybe my tea in 2 days time, just keep it in the fridge, it'll be fine for a couple of days. But yeah, that's generally how I would do a healthier version of a kebab when I'm calorie counting. 500 calories for what, that amount of salad, 1 pita, plus half of that garlic sauce, and then I normally have hot sauce in mine because I like spicy food. So you can choose what strength hot sauce you have. I generally have a medium to hot one. But yeah, well, I won't show one plated up because this is for my tea tonight. So you get the idea. You can construct a kebab yourself. But yeah, if you like this video, and if you liked my recipe, or you want to give it a go, or you've given it a go, please leave a comment. Tell me how it was for you, whether you enjoyed it or not. Also, if there's a certain recipe you want me to have a go at or put my spin on it, just leave it in the comments below, and I'll try and sort it out and get round to doing some recipes that other people want me to do. There will be various recipes coming up soon. I'm gonna maybe do a few Bulgarian dishes, maybe some Korean dishes, and I'm going to do a video on a basic chicken butchery to save yourself some money, but that'll be possibly next week now. But yeah, for my first video, hope you enjoyed it. Please like it, subscribe if you want. Cheers.